Hi, my name is Schwartz. I'm the English Managing Editor for New Eurasia. And I'm also the editor for this, CyberChaikhana, Digital Conversations from Central Asia. So, for those of you who don't already know, New Eurasia is post-Soviet Central Asia's largest citizen journalism network. We use blogging as a medium for journalistic purposes. We do culture reporting, news analysis, and the like. We've been in business, so to speak, since 2006. And during that time, we have witnessed the rise of the stanosphere, the blogging community of the region. We have been a central part of that rise, and the rise has also risen somewhat independently as internet penetration has occurred in the region and so forth. So what this book is our attempt to concretize those few years since 2006, that early 21st century history of the region, to put it in book form and to really make this something physical, actually, because in the end, digital archives are quite vulnerable. They can be censored, they can be deleted, and so forth. We also wanted to use this book to commemorate the remarkable achievements this community has done. This community has grown up during a period of some real change in the region, demographic change, social change. In the case of Kyrgyzstan, political change. Basically, New Eurasia itself is bookended by the two revolutions that have happened in Kyrgyzstan. So there's some very important things that are captured in this book that hopefully will physically outlast the actual digital archives. Additionally, we're also hoping that the book, as a physical testament, as a message in the bottle, so to speak, can actually spread through the region and get to places that the internet cannot go to at the moment, for one reason or another. So, about the way the book is structured, it's very simple. There's 10 chapters. There's 5 chapters that are country-specific, and then there's 5 chapters that cover the whole region. And those 5 chapters are education, gender, media, religion, and national identity. National identity kind of being the ultimate crux issue of what faces Central Asia is the last of the chapters. And the way the chapters are designed is also seemingly simple, but turns out to be somewhat more complex. Because what happens is we weave together blog posts from the archives of New Eurasia and of our related sites to tell what we think are the best stories to say from these different countries. So the Kyrgyzstan chapter, for example, is the one I like probably the best. The Kyrgyzstan chapter is called Wait for the Wheel. And when we were analyzing what the blogging community of Kyrgyzstan was saying over these last 5 years, we noticed that there's this constant theme of circles, how the country seemed to be constantly going around and around and around and around and around. And the big fear was this a wheel moving forward, or was this some kind of just pylon slowly making its way deeper and deeper into the mud as the country was descending into some kind of chaos? And so the chapter captures that. The chapter shows the kind of the circularity of the posts, of the ideas, of the discussion. We even have one post, a theoretical discussion about hype cycle theory, the very idea that Kyrgyzstan is moving through these cycles again and again and again, and so forth, right? So each of the chapters, we hope, are then telling a story about either a regional theme or a country that maybe the regular media of the different countries, as well as Western media, or for that matter, global media, may or may not be really saying about the region. So we see this then as a supplement in that sense, a corrective even in some cases, to what may actually be officially being said or just not being said. And it wasn't just me involved in the project. I am the editorial voice of the book. It is my voice that runs through it, and I'm the one who edited all this. And it was based upon the English copy that I wrote that was translated into Russian by Andrei Tolstoy, who was our site translator. But we had quite a bit of involvement from the community itself. We crowdsourced this book. We actually asked our readers, help us find content. Tell us what you think are the big themes emerging. Or, we think we see these themes emerging. Do you think that's true? Or do you think we're just out of our minds? And sometimes we were. And so we actually really involved the stanosphere itself in the book. And you can really see this. I mean, there's only a few paragraphs in each chapter that are by me, and they're just these connecting paragraphs. I'm just the voice facilitating all these other voices. And then are these long block quotes that are cited to the bloggers themselves. And we include reader comments. When there's a particularly good discussion happening inside an actual post, they're the readers themselves who are not the actual bloggers who are included. So And for me personally, if I may add, as my, if you will, as my first book, quote unquote, I'm actually really proud that what I'm doing is I'm using my voice to facilitate this digital conversation, that I'm helping these people emerge as a community, as a single discourse, essentially, a unified discourse for other people then to read in the West and beyond. So that's a personal note. Yeah, and there you have it. That is the book in its essence. At the moment, we have a very limited run, only a few hundred in English and a few thousand in Russian. And we're hoping that as interest generates, we'll have more. We already have had offers to have it as a textbook at certain universities, and we are having help from the diplomatic community and spreading it around and so forth. So we'll see what the book's future is.